Hello everyone and welcome to Siriana Tarot. This is a you versus them love reading for Taurus. We'll explore your energy, the energy of the person on your mind, and the dynamic between you, not to fix or chase anyone, but to support your clarity, self-trust, and emotional steadiness. As always, take what resonates and leave the rest. Clear messages, advice, and guidance for my Taurus, please. All right, so your person is showing up as the Ace of Cups in reverse. You're showing up as the Five of Wands. What's going on between the two of you is the Seven of Cups in reverse. And we have the Knight of Coins in reverse. Okay, so I feel like this is someone who could have Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn in their chart. I feel like this person isn't giving or wasn't putting in the effort here in this connection. And I think that was leading to a lot of fighting, bickering, and arguing here with the Five of Wands. And I think you're a little bit conflicted here about whether or not you would give this person another shot or you want to move forward with them. The Knight of Coins in reverse tells me this is somebody who may be a little bit rebellious, or they might be different than your usual type. They're definitely feeling disappointed and feeling like they've missed an opportunity here. Okay, and we see the Four of Cups in reverse. I do think that they're planning some sort of surprise love offer. They definitely want reunion, or they want to like get back on the same page with you. They're viewing you though as the Queen of Wands in reverse, which is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, which you may or may not have in your chart. Now this person, might be seeing you as someone who has a lot of different options or is dating other people. But the Queen of Wands in reverse can also be someone who's confrontational or reactive or triggered. And I could see why you would be triggered or, reactive, because it kind of feels like this person wasn't pulling their weight or they weren't putting in the work. Now with the Five of Wands, again, you might feel a little bit like, angry or upset here, or frustrated. Some of you may also be just, you have other people who are pulling at your energy or, after your affection or your attention. The Six of Pentacles tells me that you're finding balance on your own here. And you're viewing this person as the Three of Pentacles in reverse. So you might be seeing this person now as an option. But I think first and foremost, I think you're also not so sure that you two are compatible, that you show up in the relationship the same way or you want the same things. And I think with the Six of Pentacles, you really do prioritize balance and harmony in relationships. And I don't think this person was giving that to you. So for both of you, you're both gaining some clarity about this connection. Now, I think this person is gaining clarity and they're wanting reunion. All right, and they're viewing the relationship as the Three of Swords. So they're heartbroken, but I also think they know they need to get to the heart of the matter and address what needs to be addressed here with you. And you're viewing the relationship as the King of Wands, which I think is you standing your ground, setting your expectations here. I think you're attracted to this person. I think there's a lot that you like about this person, but I kind of feel like, my Taurus, this is you being in your power, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy, knowing what you want. And if this person, they're going to have to come to you and make it up to you. They're going to have to come to you and change their codes of conduct. They're going to have to come to you and put in the effort. Okay, and I do see that you're stressed about this. Some of my Taurus, I see that you don't want to move on, right? But you may be exploring other options, whether that's to make this person jealous or just to show them that you're not waiting around, or just quite frankly, because you feel like you should explore other options because this connection wasn't giving you what you wanted or needed, or was very frustrating for you, or it was, really scattering your energy. All right, so let's go ahead and see what else we need to know. All right, so we see concern. This person acts unbothered, but 33 is an energy of learning lessons. I think they are concerned, but they act unbothered here. And we see mature woman. Some of you, this person, again, my readings are not meant to be gender specific, but some of the cards that I use are. I do think this person has kind of gone through a bit of an aha moment, maybe a bit of a maturing, because you've pulled your energy back, right? Because they realize what they've lost or they stand to lose. They know they need to change up their codes of conduct. Now, this could also be somebody who's older than you, or just, an adult who hasn't been acting their age, right? And we see wealthy man. So I do see that this is somebody who has a lot to offer. And, they may give themselves a pass for acting or behaving the way that they do because they have a lot to offer. This certainly could be somebody who tried to just throw money at it, to make it up to you. But I can see that you want reciprocity, you want balance. Okay, but I do see that this person does have a lot to offer. And I do think that they might act unbothered, but I do think there's been a little bit of a come to Jesus moment. And with courtship, they want to be together with you. Okay, they want this connection to work out. And they kind of know that they need to do things differently if that's going to be the case. And I think some of my Taurus, you've been stressed about this, because I can see with the King of Wands, this is not somebody that you're like very nonchalant about letting go. All right, we see healing heart. So healing from heartbreak, freedom from toxic relationship or addiction. So some of you, this person just wants to heal things with you. For others of you, when you got together with this person, they may not have been fully healed from something else. And this person does have deep feelings for you. There's passion, there's affection, there's attraction. I think this person is, maybe needed to do some of the self-love, the self-care, especially if you got together with this person and they were unhealed from something else. But I think this person is, convinced they love you, Taurus. Okay, your energy, we see coffee cup, meeting and conversing, savoring the moment, feeling uplifted, friendship. So maybe some of you started off as friends. But I'm actually seeing that this, this person is going to probably want to meet up and talk. But what I would do, Taurus, I feel like the advice here is, don't let it be like dinner and drinks and then you end up, hooking up or sleeping together. Because sometimes the real stuff can get glossed over. Have them take you to lunch, right? Or coffee. Talk about what needs to be talked about. I do think there will be a meeting. I mean, I do think they want to get to the heart of the matter here. And Spirit's saying, have faith, love is coming. Surprise invitation or meeting or hesitation. So for those of you who have given up on this connection, you might be surprised to know that they are coming back around. And I do think they're coming back around with this mature woman and wealthy man than somebody who's in a bit of a different vibration. But of course, you're going to have to make sure that, that's the case. Like, make them prove to you that, that they're doing things differently, that they're going to show up in a balanced way in this connection. Right? Like that it's not just lip service. Now, we do see concurrent relationships here, so that may be the case for some of you, not all of you. And someone new coming into your life. So I did kind of get that, Taurus. Some of you have a choice to make, okay? Because you may have met, or there may be somebody else who's very interesting or very tempting around you. Maybe you've even started something else elsewhere. But I also get someone new coming into your life. If that's not the case, if you're not dating anybody else, somebody new can indicate that this person has been through some sort of transformation. They're coming back in a new energy, because you've been a karmic lesson for them. You've been an aha moment for them about the way they can no longer operate within the relationship if they want victory and success. All right. What do they want to say to my Taurus, please? All right. You're an angel, and I don't know if I can meet your expectations. So now they're worried about, whether or not they're good enough. Can they give you what you need? Before, I think they were like, they probably thought they had it in the bag, right? But I think that you've taught them differently. All right. What are their very next actions towards my Taurus? All right, Empress energy in reverse. And the Two of Swords. So this person is holding back. Some of you, there is some sort of third party. I feel like you would already know about that. But I do think that this person is holding back for now, because Empress energy in reverse also indicates to me that they don't feel like they're good enough. They're lacking confidence. They may be throwing themselves a pity party. There may be drama behind the scenes here. All right, so they're feeling like they're just not good enough here. So they're going to hold back for a little while longer. But Spirit's saying, have faith, love is coming. Surprise invitation or meeting. There's hesitation here. So if this person hesitates, they may be, this might be opening the door for someone else to come into your life, Taurus. And for those of you where this is your person, you want to be with them, I mean, they are going to surprise you. It's just going to take a little bit longer. All right, so we see presence. Spirit's advice for you is you play a vital role in a situation or relationship dynamic. Your involvement has a greater purpose than you may realize. Yeah, and this is you being a really tough karmic lesson for this person, opening their eyes about how they need to act and behave if they want to have a relationship with you. Right now, Taurus, your body, mind, and soul are sacred. Feed yourself only that which nourishes you in the most healthy way possible. And, this is about being really, really decisive about your energy, where you put your energy. All right, and what you allow into your life. And remember, it's not only just relationships, it's also the food that you're eating, the beverages you're consuming, the news, the music, all the things that you consume. And we see wounding coming through. So this indicates a challenging relationship dynamic. Recognize this circumstance as a soul agreement, and others are shaped by their own past life wounds. Yeah, absolutely. So recognize that, others are shaped by their own past life wounds, but that doesn't make it okay for you to stay in a situation that doesn't serve you or isn't balanced. And this has been a challenging relationship dynamic. So now the decision is, is it time to let it go for good, or are you going to hold space for this person to see if they've changed? All right. I'm going to leave it here, Taurus, sending you love and light. Take care.